Law schools in the Philippines are institutions that are shrouded in a lot of mystery, and they're almost usually thick with the fog of war. I started law school many years ago and I was pretty much clueless as to what to expect. This is one of the reasons I started this channel. Hindi katanggap-tanggap para sa akin na maraming nagddrop sa law school dahil lang sa culture shock. Mula college, mula sa ilang taon ng pagiging empleyado. Hindi man kita magabayan ng personal kapatid, asahan mo na narito ako at ibabahagi ko sa iyo lahat ng pinagdaanan ko, saan ako nagkamali at kung ano man ang aking babaguhin. Sakaling uulit ako. One of the things I'd like to share tonight are some of the traditions we have in law school. I don't understand where or when they started, how they came to be. What's clear to me are these are the 5 traditions in law school that we should be breaking. Coming right up! Hi, my name is Lex and welcome to Lex in Motion. In this channel, I'll be helping you build your competence, confidence, and capability in law school. Start today by hitting the subscribe button below. New episodes are posted every Friday. One of the worst traditions we have in law school is the DART system of grading. In this system, passing or failing a particular subject is dependent almost entirely on chance. At the end of the semester, professors select the best students in class and they are given the appropriate grades based on their actual performance in class. For the rest of the students, professors randomly assign a passing or failing grade for their students. Darts ang tawag dito dahil noong time namin ang batayan daw ng grade ay kung saan tatama si sir sa kanyang dartboard. Some students and law associates swear that some professors actually draw lots. Gumagamit sila ng literal na tambyolo at ang ating mga grades, magsikap man tayo o hindi, ay nakasalalay sa tambyolo ng bingo. In one brutally honest late night talk with one of my professors, the DART system of grading in law school, he says, is rooted primarily on 2 things. First, it is upon the direction of the dean's office to enforce a very strict system of grading and promotion for law school. Deans do this to ensure that only the best and brightest students make it to the next year level. On some level, it is also an act of self-preservation on the part of law schools to make sure that they have a very high passing rate in the bar exam. According to this source, professors are people too. They too know the struggles of each and every law student, having gone through the same many years ago. The act of randomizing who passes or who fails somehow erases the guilt they might feel for having to enforce strict quotas. In either case, kapatid, the DART system of grading has to come to an end. As I've mentioned in previous episodes, here there has to be a way, some way for all of us to make it. Even if it takes longer than expected, I hope we all make it based on our own merits. Another tradition in law school that should be broken is the announcement of the bottom 5 or shaming the students with the worst grades during the prelims or midterm exams. I've had some professors who have done this before and it's never a good feeling to be singled out, called out, and specifically mentioned as being the class GOAT. And GOAT here refers to the word, not the acronym we attach to Michael Jordan or the Black Mamba. Given naman sa law school na may mahirap na exam at may mga exam na kaya namang masagutan kung sadyang tayo ay naghanda. Ang masakit sa ganitong tradisyon ay next level na kahihiyan ng ating inaabot. Announcing the bottom 5 in class feeds into the culture of self-limiting and self-defeating beliefs that already abound in law school. Naroon na pinauuwi na lang kami sa probinsya para magtanim ng kamote. Naroon na rin na tinatawag kaming mga bobo, walang alam at walang pangarap sa buhay. In hindsight, I think this tradition was also handed down to my professors. They were also shamed during their time in law school. It was the kind of old school tough love approach that perhaps helped them become the successful people they are today. Nevertheless, being successful does not give anyone a license to bring others down. Shaming the worst performers has to come to an end. Corollary to that, we also have some professors who take shaming law students during recitation to a whole other level. These are the professors who aren't content with trolling students with their hysterical laughter and sexist remarks, but professors who actually take it upon themselves to break down law students and even demand that they drop the course. Again, this feeds into the tradition of professors asserting their power, superiority, and dominance over their students. We understand that we are learning the law for the very first time, pero para sa ating mga professors, heto na ang kanilang ikinabubuhay. Alam na nila ang mga bagay na ngayon pa lang nating naririnig o nababasa. One professor explained it to us that a vast majority of our professors are trained to be lawyers, not educators. They have almost no training on how to teach the law. They know the law, full stop. Their teaching methods can only come from the way they have been taught in law school. Should the blame fall on the professor for being a terrorist? If terrorism in the classroom was all that he or she received during his or her time in law school many years ago, perhaps terrorists teach the law this way because it is the only way they know how. Isa pang tradisyon natin sa law school, kapatid, na dapat nang makabakasan ay ang mga unreasonable recruitment practices para sa ating mga fraternities and sororities. During my time in law school, recruitment was mostly done through well-mannered people who offered friendship, favors, and a law school family. During the year 2020, this has changed to something dangerously close to cyber stalking, harassment, and outright threats to incoming first years in law schools. This has to stop. The topic of fraternities and sororities is one that I have refused to discuss except in passing in this channel. I know that I don't speak much as to their merits, the help they can bring law students now during the bar exams and especially after passing the bar exam. I also do not speak much about the subculture of violence, hazing, and even the recent criminal cases filed against some of these so-called brotherhoods. I've seen these fraternities and sororities turn poor students into average and good students into great ones. The best pitch is and will always be their contribution to your law school journey. Harassing and stalking students will not add to your ranks. Finally, we have the pressure to join the bar operations. Bar operations refers to the totality of activities and services offered by an organization, club, or school for the benefit of the barista or the person taking the bar exam. Bar operations cover everything from preparing venues for last-minute lectures, collating and delivering food, medicines, and reading materials during the review and the day of the exam, and all activities in between. The bar operations is one of the most fun you can have during law school. Maraming nagkakajawaan sa mga bar buddies, volunteers, at marshals. The bond you share during this time is probably a bond you will share for the rest of your life. I'll be sharing more about this on Friday. For now, I would like to call out the ever-increasing pressure from professors, the dean's office, and the heads of law school organizations to add more volunteers for the bar operations. At the very heart of the bar operations is service to the present baristas, with the expectation that one day when your time comes, some other law student will perform the same service or services you have done a few years back. Forcing the students to join the bar operations ruins the very spirit of this tradition. Dagdag mo pa dito na dumarami ang mga barista na unreasonable ang demands at may ilang ding bastos pa. I know, kapatid, that this episode leaves us all with a nasty taste in our mouths. This is the dark side of law school. But I have mentioned all of these before, but never in this detail or never all at the same time. More than anything else, I need you to watch out for these now and in the future. On Friday, we will talk about the law school traditions that are worth keeping. I'll be pointing out to some of these activities we should keep alive notwithstanding this pandemic. If you would like to hear more stories, more of my mistakes in law school, please type yes in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Like and share this video for good law school karma, and I will see you next Friday.